How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now in today's video I'm going to be telling you how I made over $1,000 in Red Dead Online in just one day. Now I did this all yesterday. It took me I'd say about 6 hours or so of non-stop playing and grinding and repeating the same process over and over again. And I mean, every now and then I'd run into a group of people that would get in the way and prevent me from keeping up my normal pattern. It's pretty simple. It's actually fishing. I know some of you guys have probably heard by now that fishing is actually one of the best ways to make money. But I'm going to show you my fishing spot that I discovered and what all I had to do. And I'll give you a little bit of a few tips. So to start us off, you need to go and buy a lure. So I just went to the nearest store. I did this in Blackwater. So you go there and then it'll cost you 1 gold bar. And trust me, I was a little hesitant at first to like waste a gold bar on it, but it is definitely worth it because I've made $1,000. Like I've made a bunch of money. So it'll cost you 1 gold bar. I bought a river lure. I mean, you can buy whichever one you want just based off of what areas you like to fish. The one that I did was I picked the river lure because there's a river not too far from Blackwater, and then I just repeated this same little process over and over again. So buy the lure for a gold bar, and then you want to head over to this area, which actually isn't too far away. This whole area beside Blackwater is a lake, but if you go down a little bit, it starts to connect to a river, and you can just fish anywhere along that river. And I mean, it's not that far of a trip. It takes a couple minutes to get to the river and back to the town. And then what I've found is that sometimes there's like a bunch of random animals that will spawn in that area. Like there's a cougar that attacked me quite a few times on my journey, and it's worth $5 to $6 every time you kill it, depending on the pelt. So if the most fish you can carry is 10 fish, so that nets you about $42 plus the cougar. If you get lucky enough to find the cougar, then that's another 5, and then there's a bunch of birds along this river too. So I would often get around $50 to $60 every time I made this trip. It would normally take me about 15 minutes to catch 10 fish because once I got the strategy down and I got used to the same pattern over and over and over, I got pretty efficient at catching the same fish. Now the lure is for the bigger fish that are worth like $4 a piece, but you can always use like bait like cheese or whatever to catch some smaller fish that are about $1. So depending on how much you want to fish, you can make around $50, $60, and then I just did the same process over and over and over again. There is a gang hideout that spawns over in this area, so sometimes it would spawn in and I would just clear that real quick, get some extra XP from doing that, loot all the bodies, make a few bucks from that, and wash, rinse, and repeat. Now, a quick tip that I learned since I did so much fishing is that you don't really want to cast out really far, because I mean, you don't want to risk your line breaking, and it's a pain to reel in the fish if they're really far away. So I would I would reel it in as close to the dock as possible, and then the fish would bite like basically right in front of me, and I'd have to reel like once, and then it would just automatically catch the fish. So I would just do that same process over and over and over, and it took me, like I said, sometimes less than 15 minutes. So I was making multiple trips, and the only time I ever ran into problem is like there was this group of people that wouldn't leave me alone. Like I was just minding my own business, and this group of like 5 people came and hog-tied me and killed me repeatedly, so I had to leave lobbies. But for the most part, other than the gang hideout, I wasn't bothered almost at all. So I mean, it's pretty peaceful. I just watched some YouTube videos, I put on some music, and I just fished and farmed. And it can get a bit tedious because with any time that you're farming something in a video game, it gets a bit repetitive. But I mean, I made over $1,000 in a few hours. So compared to the missions that only pay out like $4 to $5, I know in deathmatch I've gotten first place, and I've only gotten like $4 before, which is just ridiculous compared to catching 10 fish and turning them in. I mean, there's multiple ways you can make money. Hunting is always a good way, but this is what I found to be the best. It's simple. Just catch some fish, kill some animals along the way, make about 50 to 60 bucks, and then wash, rinse, repeat. Do it over and over again. So like I said, the locations, just what I did was right south of Blackwater. You could choose to get a lake lure and just do it right there from the dock in Blackwater. I don't know how well that's going to work for you, but yeah, hopefully you guys follow these tips and it works out for you and you guys can make some money. I mean, you have to have some patience, but it's way better than grinding deathmatch for hours and hours and hours. So if this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up. Check out another video. I have quite a few tips and tricks videos for Red Dead Online. This is probably like the third or fourth. I have tons of Red Dead videos, Star Wars videos, just all kinds of stuff. So if you're new here, subscribe, hit that like button, check out another video, and I will talk to you guys next time.
Put my hand upon her toe, mark well what I do say. She says, young man, you're rather low for the diddle all day.
I put my finger on her knee.
Well, what I do say.
She says, young man,
You're rather diddle all day.
I put
My arm around her waist, mark well what I do say. She says, young man, you're in great for the diddle all day.